Environmental effects of mental illnesses. A person's environment can greatly impact how they feel on a daily basis, especially an individual with a mental illness. A person with anxiety may begin to feel more stressed in certain social situations. A person with bipolar disorder may go through a breakup, causing a depressive episode, or a change in sleep cycle, causing a manic episode. A person with PTSD may hear something drop on the floor, causing an episode of them thinking about what happened while in combat. All of these examples show how much a person's environment can impact them. Globally, 23% of all deaths and 26% of deaths among children under the age of 5 are due to preventable environmental factors. These statistics show how environmental factors affect people on a daily basis in a negative way, but cause a greater impact of those with a mental illness when they are already struggling each day. Social factors play a major role in a person's environment. It is who they are comfortable with or what may be causing stressors in life. Social media is something that has become so prevalent in recent years and has caused a rise in mental illnesses as years have gone on. Growing up, it was something new to me, but kids nowadays seem to see it as something of the norm and expect to have social media apps at such a young age. But they do not realize the effects of social media on themselves and on others. Kids feel pressured to have different social medias to match with the norms of society. It is something they interact on every day, which is conformed into their environment of it is all they talk about with peers and friends. They speak with one another saying, "Oh, did you see who posted that? Oh my gosh, why did she post that?" It is all something negative and speaking of one another in negative ways. With myself, as I have had social media over the years, it has led me to think that I need to conform how I look in a certain way so that I can match how other people look, how the models look, how other girls might have a better body than me or are prettier than me, making me feel like that's how I need to look like. Social media overall has led to development of eating disorders, anxiety for meeting society's norms, and cyberbullying that has caused depression and people taking their own lives. Relationship factors of a person's environment play a major role in how a person feels. There can be family issues, a breakup, or troubles with friends. An individual with mental illness needs to have support from friends and family in order to have comfort and feel okay with their day. But there are also times when relationships can worsen mental illnesses. Going through a breakup can cause depression, with having a heartbreak with someone you thought you loved. Family issues can come from childhood or later in life, with many studies shown that family trauma leads to anxiety, depression, and PTSD. Family trauma is something that may not be able to go away for a person, with it starting at such a young age and being in a developmental stage. Social factors are what creates structure in a person's life that gives them comfort when they need someone. But there are many instances that social factors have created negative impacts with mental illnesses, making it worse, not better. Natural and built factors of a person's environment. Some natural factors would be a person's sleep cycle or climate changes. A person's sleep cycle can have a major change for a person who suffers from a mental disorder. A person with bipolar disorder can go through a manic episode with them having no sleep, which causes or induces the manic episode. A person with depression may have a change in their sleep cycle with constantly wanting to sleep. A person with anxiety may get less sleep with them worrying, having constant worry about things in their life. Climate changes have a big effect on someone who has a mental illness. Like today is a rainy day, cloudy rainy day, and I don't want to do anything because it's just so gloomy out. But when it's sunny, it gives me more motivation and makes me want to do things for the day. Especially when there is a big natural disaster, such as a tornado or a hurricane, it can completely change the environment the person was in, and them having to go through the natural disaster is trauma with it in itself. But then if they're greatly impacted by the natural disaster, it can completely change their environment, with their house possibly being gone or them not having anywhere to go anymore. So that shows how natural factors have a big impact on their environment, but there's also the built factors of the pollution in our environments that can play a major role with how a person is feeling and how the pollution may affect them, or just how they're feeling overall with the day. So for my Q&A, have social situations ever changed your mood for the day? Have you ever found ways to make your days better when you can't seem to find a way to make it better? How has your environment ever impacted how you're feeling on a certain day? And then I have my references.